Hello guys, how you doing? My name is Joel Kim Jeme. I'm your instructor for this day 3 developer bootcamp at Catena Hub community. So today we're going to be discussing about cryptography. Okay, on our day 2 or day 1 we talked about it. So today we're going to be writing some cool code on how to make fully understand the concept based on cryptography. But first of all, what is actually cryptography? Now, cryptography is the art of securing information by covering it into unreadable format. Okay, you can using algorithms and ensuring unauthorized parties that should not get access into it. Only authorized parties should get access into it. But you see, in this cryptography, it uses what we call hashing. That is the first method it uses, hashing. And what is actually hashing? So hashing is a process that transforms the data into a fixed length, or let me say a unique string. Okay, and it is irreversible. It is easily to get it out, but you cannot reverse it back. Okay, so and it is used for verifying passwords. Used in the blockchain system we're having today. Bitcoin actually uses hashing to hash and secure its data. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing a brief concept, and we're going to be coding and how we can actually secure our data using the cryptographical knowledge we're going to get today. So let's dive in. We're going to be writing our code from scratch, so I need you guys to follow up, and I'll be teaching you guys the attacks that most attackers use, and how to solve the problem. Okay, because hashing has a problem. We're going to be talking about it while we start coding. Let's go. Let's continue. Okay, so let's go to our PowerShell. We're going to be creating our first file. So we're going to be creating our folder. First of all, where we want the file to be. So we'll say mkdir. You can choose any location you want to save it. Mkdir, I'm saving it here. Mkdir Catena of folder. Let me just save it as Catena Hub. Okay, so in the Catena Hub is where we're going to be having our files based bootcamp. So we're going to create the folder inside Catena Hub. Then you say cd Catena Hub. Okay, then I will create a folder there which is 11 days developer bootcamp. 11 days developer bootcamp. Okay, so if created it, then we'll go into it. Then now what we're going to do is we're going to initialize JIT on it. We're going to initialize our node module on it. So you say node npm init -y. And after that, we are going to create. We are going to be installing a package known as crypto package in this. So we're going to say npm install crypto. So that's the package we're going to be needing. We're going to install the package crypto. So we've installed the package crypto. So after that, we need to go into our Visual Studio Code and we say code dot our file. Let's create a folder first. So we're going to call this folder hashing, because today we're working on hashing. So after that you can name this index.js or hash.js. Okay, so we successfully created our folder, we successfully created our files. Now, remember we installed a package which I said we are going to be using, which is crypto package. So remember we installed a package which I said we're going to be using, which is the crypto package. So let's import it here. Now we'll say const crypto is equals to require crypto. And remember, JavaScript used to end with what? With a semicolon. So now we successfully installed the package here. Now what we need to do, let me teach you a concept. As I said earlier, I said hashing is just taking the data, information, a transaction, then what? Then hashing it into a fixed size string, which is not what? Reversible. That data will transform into another thing entirely, a fixed size string. So let's give an example now. Let's say example, we want to perform a basic hashing using SHA-256. Now what's actually SHA-256? It is a way we actually use to hash. We have different we have SHA-256, SHA-512, we have Brit code. These are ways we can use to actually use cryptographical packages to hash our particular data. Okay, so let's say example we are using so let's say we have our data and says const is equals to, let me say my name Joel. Okay, then now hashing is taking this data, then transforming it into a string. How do we do that? And we can now say const hash is equals to crypto. We take the package that we just imported, crypto dot, now listen. So we're going to take the package we just import and what? We're going to create the hash. We want to create a hash. We want to create a simple hashing method here. So create hash. Create hash. And this create hash takes what we call the algorithms that is used to hash it, like SHA-52. If you see here now, the algorithm depends on the available algorithm reported version. You see SHA-256, SHA-512, and we're going to be using SHA-256. Okay, so you say SHA-256 dot. Now in hashing, it has 3 stages. First of all, the creation of the hash, secondly, updating it, and thirdly, digesting it. These are the 3 stages when you're creating an hash function: creation of that hash, updating the hash, and digesting it. So let's say we've created the hash, but we need to update the data. So we can say dot update. Now what are we updating it as? What are we updating? Data. We just created the hash, but we're updating it to what? Draw, which is data. Yeah, are you with me? So dot digest, as I said. Now what does digest actually do? It's actually what, let's say is a method that we use to return the string, is what we use to pass it out. Okay, this is what actually was hashed. The data is what we add, which is durable. When you digest it, to bring a fixed size string that I just talked about. We're going to see it now in a second. Now, these fixed size strings are always written in an hexadecimal form. So you can say this is x. Okay, so x short form for hexadecimal. Now, always remember that in your JavaScript code, you put what? You put a semicolon on the ending. So let's see what we are talking about. So log. So what we're doing now is that we are consoling, we are bringing out the output, the result of the hash. Now remember, the name of the data is Joel, but by the time I output this, it will not be longer Joel again. It will be a fixed size string, as I said earlier, which is hashing. We just hash it using the cryptographic package of Node.js. Let's output this. Now, how are we going to output this? When using Node, you already understand. When you're using Node.js, you know that is what you get to the package. Then this is inside a folder, so we can say node hashing slash. You understand? That's the file we are talking about, and the file name. Then it don't give us anything. We have not saved the file, so we'll say Ctrl S, save it, then we'll repeat it again, then we'll say enter. Now what do you see here now? You can find out that the data we gave Joel is now what changed to another data, to an hash function. This is no longer Joel again, it's now long digit. So our hash function, our hash output here is no longer Joel again, it's now digits. You understand? So this is the concept that lies under hashing. But you see, it is not as we see it. Hackers can actually manipulate this to get data, to get user information. You understand? So that is why we use what we call sorting. Now, what is actually sorting? Now, every hacker does this now. My name is Joel, yes, and it's hashed to a function. Now, hackers can come into place and say, okay, I can attack this guy. I need to get what is that data. They can use different table of data. They can just use different words, different table to manipulate to get my exact particular data, and they can easily access it. But by the time I use what we call sorting, it is whereby we're adding a particular special key of keyword of data into it to make it inaccessible, because hackers use what we call rainbow table. This rainbow table is used, they will place it, they will automatically start getting all the data of the user that can match up with what the user. But for us not to make hackers get it, we use what we call sorting method, and this sorting method uses a specialized key to store that particular data. Now let's take from example. Now we look at this here, we say example 2. Let's see, we're taking this is the first example. So let's say example 2, we are example 2 using sorting. create a variable const sort. Now this variable consort, now I said it can be a specialized key. It can be like, let's say just this thing we are actually attaching to hash the particular function, so that when the attackers come to find my data, they will not be able to do that. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a random value that will be very very hard for the attackers to even get. So I will say I'm not going to use just a string to make it secure. I will say crypto, because it's a package for it, crypto dot random bytes. Okay, dot random byte 16. You specified the byte size you want. It must not be more than, I guess, 2 raised to the power 31 minus 1. It must not be more than that. So the random dot 16, then you convert it to string, to hexadecimal. So to string, convert it, so that will be x. So now after that, you see we need to get our password, right? So the const password is equals to how do we get our password now? Let's just put a random password. So say my password. So my password is the password here. So they can now say const, want to sort the hash. Okay, this hash that we do, want to sort it, add a more strong way to secure the data. So say let's sort the hash is equals to, how do we hash the first time? Remember I told you the first step is creating the hash, the second thing is update it, and the last one is to digest it. So that's the step we're going to still use, but we are just adding a more specialized sorting into it, adding sort to it. So it will be crypto dot what, create hash. Okay, create hash using what, SHA-256, then dot what, update, and how do you see you take the data, which is what, password. But you see in this case we're not going to just use password, we're going to use password and what, the sort that we just added. So the password and the sort will be joined together, so it will be password plus sort. Okay, so now this is what we just did. So dot will digest everything, so it will bring out the string. So digest, then say to what, x, everything to x, there's this hexadecimal. So always with an n. So let's say we log this thing out. Now let's log it out. You can say you should see the sort that we added, that was added, and we should see the hashed sort that we made. So say console.log sort, console.log hash. Okay, so this is it. So let's put our semicolon. So let's save, let's see what we're going to get. So now if you look at this now, let's comment this so we can actually see very well what we did. So say note like this. Now you see the output you get. Now you see the sort that was added is this long hexadecimal. I converted it to hexadecimal at this point here, you can remember. Now if you look here now, this is a particular info, but it is random. If I create this thing again, you see it will be different. Now notice here is 55, here is A9. Now look at this. Now if I create this again, look what will happen. Is it the same thing? You see that 34, you see here. So the same data I use, or the same password though I am using here, but with different hash. You can never have the same hash. So this is the concept. Now that attackers cannot what attack the data used here. So tax for today is the tax for today is use key derivation method using pbkdf2 package in cryptographic to secure your data. To secure your data. Okay, so that is just it. So I've told you use pkdf2. Now this is under, let me give you hint again, it's under advanced what encryption standard. So go study on it, and if you are confused on how to use pbkdf2 key, then you check out our GitHub link, which will be posted with the video, to learn on how to do it. So I'll be posting it, so chillax. But I give you time before you can do that. Make sure that you have tried all your possible best to access it. Or if you don't know how to do it, then go on back to the GitHub link. So it will be posted by evening today. Thank you very much. So if you enjoyed this video, just like it, subscribe. We're going to be having more of this. So this is our 11 days bootcamp. Thank you very much. Happy coding. So let's get coding. Thank you guys.